There's no agreement to do that.
So there's a fight happening in Estrada's change room. Just make sure that this stuff doesn't happen to you, because other teams might want to bully you.
It's off. It's over. They're cheating all the way, these people. The fight's off.
Vladmir Klitschko knows better, and his team should know better. I don't know why they've tried it. I don't know why they've done it.
That's a big no-no. In this video, we're going to take a look at the time when Jesse Rodriguez's team went into the changing rooms of Juan Francisco Estrada to tell him to remove his boxing gloves because they didn't witness him putting them on. Let's take a look.
We weren't here. It's an agreement that we watch hand reps and we watch glove.
The agreement. The commission gave us a green light to go.
No, we were supposed to be here. You know we do that.
Well,
it's a title fight. We have the right to do that in the title fight.
There's no agreement to do that.
They want to go watch us, but we didn't watch them. How is that? How is that okay?
There's no agreement. There was no agreement. He's making up the agreement.
Okay, so there seems to be a misunderstanding here. Rodriguez's team are saying, we want to witness the gloves going on. We had an agreement to watch the gloves going on. I'm not too sure. Estrada's team are saying there was no agreement. There's no agreement for the gloves. So let's have a quick look at the rule set before we go any further, because I think the inspector should have done a little bit more in this case than just let the two corners argue it out in the changing rooms. So let's have a look at Arizona's rule set around tape and gauze and gloving up. So here we have Title 19, Section V, number 4. Bandages and tape shall be applied in the dressing room in the presence of the inspector. Gloves shall not be placed on the hand of the contestant until the bandages are approved by the inspector. If approved by the commission, a contestant has the right to have a second or a manager witness the bandaging of an opponent's hands. So the inspector takes precedence there. Whatever the inspector says, he has the last say, because it's the inspector that has his name on the wrap. It's the inspector that has his name on the gloves. Again, there would have been a rules meeting, but the more we look at this video, it seems that the agreement was between the coaches and it didn't go through the commission, and it should have. This agreement should have been done at the rules meeting, again, with the commission involved. So let's see how this unfolds.
Mejor porque está inseguro el joven.
No, es inseguridad. Quedamos. Yo no pedí venir a vender el vendaje. Ustedes lo pidieron. No, a mí me dijeron que ustedes pidieron el vendaje.
So Robert Garcia is in here saying, you guys wanted to watch us do our hand wraps. We didn't even ask to witness the hand wraps. It was you guys that asked. And then when someone called him out on it, he said, well, hang on, I was told you asked. So he doesn't even know. He wasn't there for the agreement. So it's a bit thing. And you can see the inspector in the background. I feel the inspector should be taking charge here. I think the inspector should be saying, hey, look, listen, any agreements that get made should be made through us. You don't agree with each other. You agree through the commission, because that's what it said in the rule set.
No, yo sí confío en ti. Yo también. Pero, por favor, pero si quedamos. Yo no le dije, y usted dijo que sí, ¿verdad? Entonces, exactamente.
Bueno, ¿quedaste con él?
Sí, pero
no, si quedaste el problema, se lo quito.
Si quedamos.
Eres del equipo, tiene que decir. Bueno, se lo quito.
It's not going to make a difference in the fight at all if we take him off or not.
Bueno, porque quedaste con él, pero no el pedo, no lo hago.
Sí. Okay, perfecto.
Juan.
So here we have a member of Team Estrada talking to another team member saying, I didn't agree, did you agree? And then you have Robert Garcia from Team Rodriguez who's saying that, well, I didn't agree, but someone else did. So it's absolutely convoluted. Like, I don't think anybody here knows what's going on. And I think the commission should be stepping in here and saying, hang on a second, guys. If neither of you have come through us, then we will take responsibility for it. But it's not happening here. So now you're having an argument between two teams in Estrada's changing room while he's gloved up. So, yeah, it's just absolutely madness at this level that this kind of stuff happens.
Yo lo hago, o sea, que yo, si hubiera quedado conmigo, yo de principio...
Sí quedamos, no, sí quedamos.
Me dijo a mí que me iban a hablar
Sí
para...
quedamos.
Ustedes quítenselo si quieren, si prefieren. O sea, ¿es desconfianza o lo que no entiendo?
No, es regla. Es regla.
What's your problem, man?
What's your problem, man? So here we have Estrada getting his gloves taken off. Like he's just about to fight. He's what, half an hour away from walking to the ring? And now there's a guy in the background starting a fight. Like, so there's a fight happening in Estrada's change room. I think it's just madness.
No, pero es que él está todavía como queriendo aventar el pedito, así que es parte del show, no pega.
Está en la cámara y se hace...
Exactamente, es parte del pinche show. Este es gallo, este es campeón, o sea, tenemos que saber que...
Sí, así me dijeron.
Sí dijimos, es que sí dijimos. No, es que sí quedamos, la mera verdad.
So now you have the team member from Estrada saying, look, we did agree, but he didn't tell anybody. I've been in changing rooms and I know how crazy it gets. I know how confusing things get. And what I'm assuming what happened here is Estrada wanted to get his gloves on. He wanted to get warmed up. The inspector was in the room and the guys simply didn't tell Rodriguez's team that we're gloving up now. Would you like to come in and witness? They just gloved up, taped up, got them signed off and started hitting the pads. And when Rodriguez's team heard about that, they went in and they said, hey, take those gloves off. We want to witness that. So that's obviously what's happened. But the fact that team members don't know what other team members have agreed on, that's why it's important the commission is involved. That's why it's important the commission have everything sorted out. Because when teams start agreeing things, it never works out.
No, por eso le pregunté, ya me dijo que sí, no hay
Sí,
problema.
no, exactamente, no, qué bueno que entiendes, qué bueno que entiendes.
Oye, Robert, discúlpame, pero tu hijo no nos dejó meter las manos.
That's a big no-no. Even when you go to gloving selections, typically the opponent can inspect the outside of the glove, but they cannot put their hands inside your glove. And what's after happening here now is one of Rodriguez's team is after putting his hands inside of Estrada's gloves, and that's not allowed. That is not allowed.
Los guantes, ¿eh? Tu hijo él no nos dejó meter las manos a los guantes. It's already been approved.
So now Robert Garcia is checking a signed pair of wraps. The inspector now has stepped in. This is the inspector saying, what do you look? That's his hand out. And he's saying, I've already inspected them. You just inspect the gloves. You can witness the gloves going on, but I've already inspected those wraps.
Approved by your court.
gloves are good.
So let him put the gloves on.
There's no point to the
You watch him put them on. You don't get to put your hat.
Entonces yo puedo checar tu guante por dentro ahorita.
Sí, si quieres, no problema.
When it's a world title fight, you have the right to go watch them wrap hands and glove up. And we were in agreement with them, and then they gloved up without letting us know. That's all it is.
So that's all it is, right? It seems to me that they made the agreement amongst the two teams. But again, it should go through the commission. If you want to witness the wraps going on, you can. And if you want to witness the gloves going on, if you want to put someone in our room, you can. The inspector has the final say. And if you don't have someone in our room when we're doing it, we don't care. We're not going to send someone to you to tell you when we're ready. If you want to be there, you can be there. Just make sure that this stuff doesn't happen to you, because other teams might want to bully you when you get to this level. So let's say you're a coach now and you train a world champion, and then all of a sudden you get to world title and you don't really know what's going on. You've never been here before. Don't let teams like this bully you. So make sure that A, you know the rules set inside and out, and B, that everything is agreed. Everything is agreed. Are you just watching the wraps going on and not the gloves? Or are you watching the wraps and the gloves going on? Are you going to have someone in our change room permanently? Or are you expecting us to send somebody to get you every time we want to do something? This happens at the highest level all the time. I'm going to go back to a very famous one where Tyson Fury's father had to go at Vladmir Klitschko because Vladmir Klitschko wrapped his hands without anybody witnessing them. So let's have a quick look.
Box tonight. No, you're just saying, you want to box? Yeah, you well, if you don't take them off, there'll be no fight.
There is.
I don't care. No one's been here all the time. Don't care. Don't care. Listen, black is white. No,
9:45.
Right, do you want to call this fight off now? You want to call it off now?
Threaten me?
No, do you want to call it off now?
Do you want to threaten me?
Fight's off. Come on, go. Let's go. Forget about it. It's off. It's off. It's over. They're cheating all the way, these people. The fight's off.
So that inspector was saying to Tyson Fury's father, it sounded to me like he was giving him a time, 9:45. Fury's team probably didn't turn up at 9:45 to witness the raps going on. So Klitschko just started to rap. He just started to rap his hands without anybody from Fury's corner being there. And I'm quite sure you could imagine, right? He's in the thing, he wants to get his hand wrapped. And someone's gone, hey, the Fury should be here to witness this. And he's gone, well, they were told to be here at 9:45 or whatever the time was, and they're not here, so we're going to start rapping. That never ends well. It never ends well. If there's an agreement that somebody from the opposite corner is to witness your raps going on, go and send somebody to get a member of their team to witness the raps going on, because you'll just be made cut them off. It doesn't matter who you are. This is the heavyweight champion of the world, defending his title in his, not his hometown, but home territory. And watch what happens.
Stop it there.
So as I get it, the story so far, Vladimir Klitschko wrapped his hands without anybody seeing it. They've made him take them off and do it all over again. That was the upheaval. That's what he's doing right now. And that is totally wrong. It's out of the rules, outside the rules, and somebody like Vladimir Klitschko knows better, and his team should know better. I don't know why they've tried it. I don't know why they've done it. And Peter Fury there.
I'm assuming he wasn't trying. Look, he wasn't trying to do anything against the rules. I don't think so. Anyway, I just think he wanted to wrap his hands. They'd given Fury's team a time. Fury's team didn't turn up at that time, and he said, "You know what? I'm not waiting. I'm just going to wrap my hands." And it just never works out. So let me know in the comments down below. Have you ever told someone to take their wraps off or take their gloves off? Or has anybody ever asked you to take your wraps off or your gloves off?